Malik.
Inside. And if you want to choose some, let me know. Yeah, you do.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, when I do.
Malik, man, he was.
What's up, baby?
Deontay said he sensed nervous energy up there on the stage. Tyson pacing around. Didn't sit today. Did you feel the same thing?
Who had nervous energy?
Tyson, yes.
I know this is going to sound cliche, guy, but you just never know because Tyson is such a character. Like, I believe he'll act like, I don't know, man. He's just, he may have nervous energy. I don't think whatever kind of energy he have, it won't matter come on Saturday night. Because he's going to have to be very alert. He's going to have to be on his game. He's going to have to be on point. He just, he got a lot to deal with on Saturday. He's dealing with somebody that really is trying to not punch at him, punch through him. So, like, that's he's gonna have to deal with that onslaught. Deontay is one of those fighters, like I said before. He's not punching at the target. He's punching through it. He's trying to send you to the next dimension. And this is why a fighter that punches like this and talks like this and he have intent like this, he don't mind saying he's ready to go out on his shield because he know what he's trying to do to you. That's his way of telling you, so you better be trying to do that to me. He don't have no mercy in his heart when it comes to boxing. He's just one of them individuals. Outside the ring, he'll love and kiss you, beat it with that buddy, everything. Bro, in that ring, he just know how to go into that zone. He's trying to punch through you and send you to somewhere you never been before, like another dimension. So you got, I advise like any heavyweight, like I said before, don't fuck around when you box. I even tell the guys that sparring him, don't go in there playing, because he's not playing. He is not playing. Even with 18, 20-ounce glove on, I've seen him do horrific things to human beings. And I would never say their names.
Speaking about sparring.
But horrific things to human beings.
Like hospital? Like ER?
Hospital. Bro, I wouldn't, listen guys, a lot of this stuff, people say things and it's like propaganda, and I get that. I've never seen, I'm gonna say this, you guys know I've been in training camps all my life and stuff like that, right? I've never seen no one with 18, 20-ounce gloves on do to men what Deontay do to them. It's barely you see this stuff with 8 and 10-ounce gloves on, what he do with 18 and 20-ounce gloves on. I'm talking, and to people that can fight. He's a very serious puncher. He's a very serious individual. He's in a very serious, violent mode right now. And, the chips is all going to fall in his place on Saturday, and I believe he's going to do it in a very, very grand fashion. He's going to pass whatever test people have for him with flying colors.
What was the key to adding to his skill set, the same skill set that he trusted pretty much his whole career to get him to win him championships? And what was the key to getting him to trust your system?
It was easy because even though Deontay is a pure puncher and a knockout artist, what he is at the same time, to get those knockouts, he's very patient. And to be very patient, that's a skill set in having patience. Deontay always know what type of, we'll say, detailed boxer type of guy, technicality type of guy that I am. So he felt as though, and I felt as though too, that it would add on to his repertoire. Hiring me. It would add in so many ways. So many ways. Some people say they call me a hype man. We're gonna fix all that. I'm Deontay Wilder's hype man. I'm Deontay Wilder's head trainer. I'm Deontay Wilder's spiritual lifter. I am the voice of Deontay Wilder when he don't feel like talking. Deontay Wilder's my brother. Label that whatever you want. If you guys see me training fighters in the future, when I train a fighter, it's me and my fighter against the fucking world. I am a hype man for my people. My people is whoever it is on my side. I am everything for people that, especially my brothers that box, because I know what it takes to get in there. A young lady just lost her life the other day in the ring. She had no clue that was going to happen. So it's me and Deontay and our team against them. Sugar Hill is one of the guys I respect, but if you notice, like, we're not talking to each other because it's a silent agreement of this is war. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And real soldiers and war and people that's really into this, they know what that. It's not even took personal. It's we're treating each other accordingly. If I'm in a fighter's corner, man, it's fuck you. If you're fighting my guy, and it's fuck your people. And if don't nobody like it, if y'all see me somewhere y'all want to, that's how it's just going to be. Because this sport is. I watch people literally die in this sport. The amateur kid, he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone. See you when I get home tomorrow, baby. He go home and die in the ring. That was his last conversation. Like, you know what I mean? So I have a real understanding for Deontay when it comes to the violent mentality, and it's real peculiar too, man. Because even when I'm boxing, my intent is not Deontay's intent. I'm cool with beating somebody up, being flashy on them, showing some slick shit, winning them. Yeah, I get it to sit, but when it comes, that's how you know like energy is everything. Because I knew the mission Deontay was going to be on for this fight, and I automatically was in that mode too. Especially, I'm looking at my brother with a dent in his head. You know what I mean? And his allegations of metal going against his head, and it was a real dent. I never seen it. I'm looking at like, hold on, this shit is crazy. You know, and so I'm just all for it, man. I like Deontay being very violent.
When you were sparring with him, some people were saying that you threw up a little bit. Is that true? Or?
No. He hit me at the same time with the liver, on the liver, with the shield, but I was burping at the same time.
Okay.
I was burping, so when I drank the water, I was burping. It wasn't like he made me throw up, but from his body shot, while I was burping, did make it come up.
You
So
couldn't drink the water.
yeah, it was it's good though.
Malik, speaking of body shots, we see a lot of that in the videos that he's released with, obviously with you with the pad on. You talked earlier about also like slipping the left hook going under because Tyson's a taller guy. Do you feel that's is that like a good strategy going into that? Because talking to Tyson, he was saying going to body shot just kind of leaves his head open more, or is that just maybe a strategy of what you guys put out to the media? Obviously, you
big men don't go to the body. Why not? Can somebody tell me why big guys don't go to the body?
Opens them up.
Yeah, they feel as though it opens them up. But why do it open them up? Because you're not putting no decoys behind it. You're not dressing the body shot up before you throw it if you're a tall guy. I told one of the guys, you guys, just 5-10 minutes ago, Tommy Hearns was a very long guy. He threw incredible body shots against shorter opponents. How was he able to do that? Because he would decorate the body shot first. He would dress the body shot up first. You got to feint. My system and my mindset work like this with boxing. Boxing doesn't go like this to me. Boxing goes like this. It's not parallel. That's how boxing goes. So it's almost like if I'm looking at your head, I'm really thinking about your belly button. If I throw a 1-2-3 at your head, I'm really using the left hook to your head as not an in-tempo shot. That right there is the momentum to give me the liver shot. I'm dressing you up to go downstairs. I'm dressing you up downstairs to go upstairs, especially if I'm tall, because if you're tall, you kind of expose yourself. Everything has to be done with intent. If Tommy Hearns, if Lennox Lewis, if Vitaly Klitschko is probably one of the most underrated body punchers of all time, and he was a long guy. But he got the body shots in due to how he was how his body was mechanically set up. Of course, now is he gonna go to the body with the same style that we'll say Joe Frazier would do? No, he don't have that body type. I'm not saying Deontay should be down there digging like Joe Frazier, but no, you're gonna get that body. Fury was born with a big body for Deontay Wilder to hit.
Exactly.
God gave Fury all that body for Deontay to work with, man. We have to hit him to the body. We have to beat him up. Look what God gave us with this dude. A lot of body, and he's gotten bigger too. We take advantage of that, man.
Because gotta be curious. You know, we see what that right hand does up top. It's curious. What would that do down to the body?
Absolutely. Right. So you just got to mix it up a bit.
The right hand gonna help Deontay break up the weight disparity, because he gonna land punches so Fury can't walk in, and then he can come back and load that right hand up.
Right.
So Malik, so obviously you became the new trainer, and Breland was removed because of throwing in the towel. Obviously you guys aren't expecting to lose, but have you guys had a discussion if it did come to that point, or are you guys?
If what came to what point?
Is a stop, like a corner stoppage, even?
I would never stop a fight with Deontay Wilder.
So referee stoppage is
I would never stop a fight with Deontay Wilder in it ever. I don't care. I know what he's trying to do to people, and I know the responsibility that he gave me in the talks that we'd have over years too. This wasn't nothing new about him not wanting to train it ever throw a towel in. Like, this is not somebody that's not trying to send you to the next dimension that's saying that. It's not like he's saying, I could do it to y'all can't do it to me. He's telling you that. He's very verbal and transparent about what he's trying to do to people when he's fighting them or when he's hitting them.
Do you guys feel comfortable with the referee that's been picked in this situation? Because obviously you guys aren't going to ever stop it. Maybe a referee stop it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all, like, that's their business, man. Like, my business is to have Deontay always mentally ready, physically ready, making sure he know that humility and being responsible is a part of having an incredible skill set and keeping your foundation good and not overcommitting and stuff like that, and just being on point and being alert, because there's always something going on in the ring. Even if you think you're out of a reach of a guy, you're always in reach of a guy. I love when I see boxers shadow boxing with serious intent and not just going through the motions, because then I watch them same guys that shadow box with serious intent, they carry it into the ring, and then when they in the ring fighting, they're fighting with serious intent. Pernell Whitaker used to shadow box and slip as if punches was really coming. Really coming. He wasn't shadow boxing and looking out at the crowd. And you ever see some of these guys be shadow boxing and playing in the gym? This shit's awful. Awful. Like, it's just a going through the motion thing, and then they'll say, hey, somebody record this. They give you 30 seconds of a good shadow box, and then once the dude done recording it, they back to talking. Everything to me should be done with intent.
Yeah, and
everything.
And you've been in the gym with tons of people, and obviously Usyk, you congratulated him.
Absolutely.
I know
proud of Usyk. Very proud of Usyk.
I know
Spent a lot of time with him.
I know this might be, maybe people view this as a biased perspective because you work with Wilder, but if Wilder and Usyk fought each other, would it be a one-sided fight, or would it be a competitive fight, or how do you think the fight would be?
It would be a competitive fight as long as it lasts, because one-sided, I don't. One-sided wouldn't even keep me on point as far as being a head trainer. That's not Bermane Stavern we're fighting. That's not somebody like the brains behind Tyson Fury, Sugar Hill, and the brains behind that whole thing he got going on is what keep me on point and keeping me up to 5 a.m. film study. Would keep me on point with Deontay technicalities. Would keep me on point with telling Deontay we always have, because I know what's across the ring. I know what we're dealing with, and I know what I have, and I know who I'm training. So it's like I can't look at. It's impossible for me to look at Usyk as it's an easy fight for Deontay. I'm never going to look at a fight like that. I'll say this: a fight can be as easy as Deontay wanted to make it. I'll say that.
So you're saying sometimes he makes fights a little hard for himself?
I wouldn't. Yeah, definitely. If a fighter's not using all of the tools in his toolbox, at times, yeah, there's a possibility he can make a fight harder. Definitely. But even at times when he would use 2 or 3 tools, it's just like I just expect so much out of Deontay because I know what he can do. I see stuff. Like the dude could do so much, man, so much. Like he could just do whatever it is he want to do, he can do. It's just all about wanting to do it the right way. It's all about wanting to dress your opponent up the right way. It's all about knowing what you can do and what you can't do. And what you can't do, in my opinion, is constantly use one weapon all the time. When you have a toolbox full of so much stuff, it was my job to bring everything out. I think I did a good job at that. I don't think I'm nowhere near finished with that. This is me and Deontay, first fight together. People are already saying they seeing a difference on pads. So we'll go with humane run with. Everyone look good on pads. No, they don't. That's selective. I don't like choreographic pad work, so that don't look good to me. If you're saying everyone look good on pads, that means you're saying you like choreographed pad work. I don't like that shit. I like what Errol Spence and Derek Edwards do. I like the kind of pad work Emmanuel Stewart did. Like, you know what I mean? I like settled, realistic pad work. At times you step it up, but this is not nothing choreographic about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That me and Deontay do. So it's just about him staying focused and about him just staying on point, just staying alert. And I truly believe the fight is as easy or as hard as he want to make it.
Malik, how do you?
What was it that Tyson said that
Give me 2 more minutes.
got Wilder to react at the end? It seemed Wilder didn't seem to be kind of looking at him. He seemed to be on his phone doing his own thing. But in the end, what was it that you heard that Deontay ended up reacting to Tyson and that kind of had that verbal exchange?
I don't remember that.
Tyson asked him, why would you change all your trainers up if you felt everything? Just to answer, to recall what, I guess, what got Deontay getting back at him. Yeah.
Well, okay. Shocking news, he fired his former trainer. So you might got to get another trainer. That's one. Starters, you might got to get another trainer. And then I think it had a lot to do with, too, Deontay being a realist, and he have no problem, especially when it comes to this boxing thing, looking in the mirror. He knew he needed help, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need help. Case in point, I don't think AJ need a new trainer. I think he need assistance with his trainer. You don't get rid of your trainer, especially somebody that brought you that far and y'all, created together. Because no one is seeing AJ need a new trainer when he's knocking out Dylan White, or when he's knocking out these guys, or when he's beating Parker, or or Klitschko. No one is saying that about his trainer, but the game is designed. And you'd be surprised because it's almost like when a fighter loses, especially if he lose bad or whatever, it's almost like the hawk of other trainers in the world just start coming out of nowhere. I'm like, where the fuck you been at? Like, where you? They start coming out of nowhere, and that's because it's the bird feed fest, the opportunity and the money's where they come. So a lot of them, they like to tear other trainers down just for a job. Y'all will never hear me say nothing negative about Mark Breland like that. Y'all just won't, because Mark paved the way for not just me, for a lot of guys coming. Should he have threw that towel in without no say-so, without checking with Deontay? Fuck no, especially the understanding that they had. But no, he was not supposed to do that, but the way he paved and things that he did and stuff like that for boxing, you can't never like erase that. That was done.
You ever think
I just would never do that, man. I believe like I don't want to sound cliche, and I believe like we all can eat and stuff like that. I just advise I know y'all hear a lot of good name trainers in the game, and sometimes it's hard, you know, with the cameras to be able to differentiate the real ones from the good. But I'm gonna say this: the faster it's moving, you know, slow that shit down and really look at it. Don't go for that choreographic stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Slow that stuff down and look at it. I'm telling you, it's Barry Robinson. If you guys follow me on social media, you guys know I'm a huge advocate for this guy named Barry Robinson from A Million Styles of Boxing. He believe in a lot of the verbiage that I use, it come from his system and things that I learned from him. And he believed that everything should be done. He's another one. He believed in tons of humility. He believed everything should be done from a systematic base of having a good foundation. Coach Mustafa is also a good one. He's always grinding with his system down there. You got Fred Jenkins Jr. from Philadelphia. He come from Fred Jenkins, who raised me, David Reed, Zaire Rahim. A lot of the in my opinion,
Salas.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just good, man. But a lot of that fast stuff, that choreographic stuff, slow that shit down, and you'll see a lot of faults in that. I see Errol Spence doing the exact same things in the ring that I see him doing on the pads. I swear. I literally see Errol Spence drill on humans, bro. It'd be crazy. I'd be like, he literally just drilled that with Derek at a nice pace, smooth pace, and literally would do that to a good fighter too. Y'all know I film study and I slow everything down. So we'll say a fight is going like this. By the time I finish film studying, so it's 3 minutes per round, right? My film study is almost 8.5 minutes a round. Mm-hmm. I ain't even done with it. And then say if we got 12 rounds, I get me a cigar and get me some wine, bro, it's just over. Like, you know what I mean? I really get into that. That's an event to me.
Bring wifey on the couch.
Bro, that's my club.
It's like a 4-hour fight. It could be an 8-rounder fight, too.
Yeah, man, that's my club. That's my turn up. That's me getting lit right there. It goes no farther than that besides, you know, the naked pictures y'all see with me and Nancy.
Hey, Malik, man, just last one, man.
Go ahead, baby.
Feints. You know, Usyk, it looked like a big reason he was able to pull that off was those feints.
I lost
Tyson was able to get Deontay to bite on a lot of feints those first 2 fights. What can we expect to offset that this time?
Against Fury?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, with a guy like Fury, you have to stay alert, and you know what have to really be on point, your anticipation game. Because you know one thing, he's going to feint and he's going to punch. But if you're anticipating and ready to come back, or you're anticipating with your own feints, or you're anticipating with a counter punch jab, or you're anticipating with a disengagement, or you have to be on high level anticipation with this kind of guy. Because even when nothing is going on, Fury's style, I will guarantee you, if you told Fury to walk from here to that gate, he couldn't just walk straight. He's just like that in general. Yes, in general. And when he get in the ring, he's just like that. Like, you know, that's just who he is. So it's good, man.
That's why it has to be Deontay's script. He got to dictate the narrative.
That's exactly what he's going to do, bro.
Aggressive puncher, you got to dictate the narrative.
Right.